Last episode on sailing Millennial Falcon, Adam came down with a severe case of cabin fever, resulting in a harebrained scheme to convert the dinghy into a sailboat.
The following day, having failed to go upwind, we broke out the kayak to explore the windward side of Hillsborough. We spent that afternoon working on the internal woodworking and the water maker before knocking off to enjoy one of the greatest sunsets we'd ever seen.
We then hunkered down for Tropical Storm Kirk. Once the storm passed and the weather improved, I decided I needed to stretch my legs. So I got the girls together and headed for the tallest hill we could find.
Which upon review of the footage was more of a goat tour of Khiara.
Found some little babies. Some little baby goats. Having been unable to find the top, we returned with groceries in hand and quickly set about departing for Sandy Key,
where we had hoped to have a barbie on the fire pit we had found only days prior.
Us, Bright Eyes and another boat are going to head over to the island, pick up some mooring balls, and hopefully we'll have a bonfire that night.
We have come up with an idea that we might be able to stow the staysail on the deck permanently. So I just decided that we were going to fly her today.
Arrived in Sandy Key, and and this is how we've ended up. We just totally look like professionals here.
Nailed it. We nailed it.
If you can't tell, that is our, what is it? Boat hook.
Boat hook wedged in the mooring ball.
We got on the anchorage last night and the wind was blowing up a storm, especially on land, so it made it very hard to actually dock our dinghy there. So we've decided instead of doing a barbecue at night, we're going to do a barbecue the next day for lunch.
Late lunch.
Yeah,
Sundown,
okay, late lunch.
Barbecue, late lunch, dinner. Thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like 3 o'clock now, so we're just heading ashore.
We won't be until 5 or 6 o'clock. It's going to be dinner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still have to start the fire, get over there, marinate everything, defrost everything.
Set up our hammock.
Cook it up, set up the hammock. We've got to do that. That's the first job. It's going to be a while, but it should be fun. We've been looking for this kind of thing since we first decided
bought the
to
boat,
do this.
I think,
yeah.
and we were like, hey, let's have a barbecue on the beach when we finally buy a boat.
Tropical island with a bonfire.
Yeah, exactly. And we've gone to so many places and it's all like national park, can't make a fire here, can't do this.
Well, this is a sanctuary,
So
but you're
finally.
allowed to.
Yeah.
There's a fire pit and the park benches up there, so
Yeah.
I suggest it's all fine.
Here we are on our very own desert island. Oh yes, Adam, the camera is on for the test. So I did that side and I'm notorious for my knots not being so great. Alan did this side. Hey! It's pretty good. This very well could be the knitting for the fruit basket, and we just think it's a hammock. Mighty fine fire, what do you say to myself? Hot.
Fire is hot. Wow. In other news, water is wet.
And a fire. I can very easily make a flame come at you, boy. We're also going to try and use the machete from the first time we bought it about 8 months ago to try and find a coconut. Monkey boy over here.
Water!
Hey! song about this?
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. took me a minute. Diddly-dee, there they are all standing in a row.
Oh, what's wrong, Adam?
My coconut's broken. Nothing in it. 20 minutes later.
Meanwhile, Kenny's just like filling up glass upon glass with one coconut. Come on, baby, dance. Oh, he just like, yeah. And then as soon as you put the camera on you, you just need to stop.
And then point it that way.
It's about 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm up bright and early because I couldn't sleep last night, so I just decided to actually come upstairs and actually watch the sunrise. It's really, really pretty today. And we are heading to Grenada today. We'll probably be there for about a week or so, maybe a week and a half. And we'll order some parts in from the local marine shop and explore the island a little bit. I think it's going to take us about 10 hours to get down there, maybe. It's around about 40 nautical miles, I think. But yeah, it'll be a good day sail today.
Adam has woken up and we've just started heading off. We've just put the sails up and we have a nice 7.6 knots on a beam, and we are doing, I can't tell because Adam is checking the distance of something, we're doing 3.5 knots. So it's going to be a bit of a long day. We've already thought that maybe we might stop it off somewhere just for overnight or something if it takes too long. So that'll be our backup stop.
Last night.
What happened to last night?
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We last night we were sitting out having a barbecue, and we had been obviously getting our coconuts earlier on in the day from the tree, and we threw all the coconuts away and various places around where we were after we'd finished eating them. And then we suddenly looked up at, like when we were all sitting around the campfire, we suddenly looked around and we kept hearing these little noises, and somebody went back to go get a drink and they were like, oh my god, somebody get a torch. And on the ground were like hundreds and hundreds of these hermit crabs. So many of them, it's ridiculous. I've never seen that many in my life. It was like an invasion of spiders almost, but like an invasion of hermit crabs instead. It was ridiculous. It was quite creepy too because they had these little antlers. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That's something that neither of us have ever seen before.
Just came alive.
Yeah.
Started crawling towards us. It's very strange.
So
Fortunately,
weird.
they only have one nipper and they don't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very often at all, so.
Okay, I literally went downstairs for like 2 seconds to make a coffee. What's happened?
Are you talking to me now?
Yes.
Oh. The wind's picked up by about 3 knots and now we're doing 6.5 knots.
That's ridiculous. Like, that's Tyrrell Bay, and 2 minutes ago we were just going past Tyrrell Bay, same, and all of a sudden it's picked up massively.
It might not hold, it's going back down slowly. Yeah, here we go. 11 knots. Alright.
Damn it, I was hoping for an awesome sailing day then. Guess we're gonna have to plod instead.
Fiji hat.
Look who's putting on their sun protection!
I should be wearing a shirt because it's not my head that's getting burnt.
It's true. I don't mind it. Supposed to be like.
Trade wind sailing is like just tonking along. You're just moving easily.
This is a brand new experience for us.
Not on the verge of tacking 24/7, trying to claw tooth and nail into 25 knots.
Yeah. What were you saying earlier about stays?
Our stays.
Yeah, how we are rigging?
Oh, I'm just really happy with the difference. Like, ever since we redid the chain plates and retensioned the rigging, it's just like a different boat. On the way through the Bahamas to Turks and Caicos, before we changed the chain plates, and even as far as Puerto Rico, it was like 3.5 knots, 4 knots to windward, no matter how much wind we had. Everything was sloppy, soggy. And then after we changed over the chain plate, we took all the rigging off and retensioned it and balanced it and then sort of trimmed it. It's just a different boat now. It just behaves just infinitely better. So yeah, really pleased that we figured that one out, because I was not happy with our purchase after we left Bahamas. Once we started sailing, I was not happy. It's going to be a very long sail back to Australia on that boat.
George Bay in Grenada, and just letting out some anchor now. Adam's just diving on the anchor.
So we've been having consistent problems with our anchoring lately. We've got to the stage where we've been dragging dangerously or at all, but we've had to be very conservative with our anchoring, as in put out the main anchor, the backup anchor, and as much chain as we dare. Every time, because the bottom here down in Grenada is just like half an inch of sand over rock, smattered with coral and boulders, and the CQR is just a skid pan, and just you can see straight away as soon as you dive on it, you can see like 12 feet of just trench that it's tried to dig in, and it's just skimming over the top. Then you drop the Bruce in, the backup, and it immediately just digs and grabs and makes a big pile of sand in front of itself. And eventually that sand gets heavy enough that it will not drag it. So as you can see, the Bruce hasn't dragged at all. And that's after I've been messing with it. It just grabs sand, and as it drags, it makes a bigger and bigger pile in front of it, and therefore becomes harder and harder to drag. However, the CQR, unless it's digging, it just skims along the surface until it finds a squishy enough patch that it can get its tooth in and starts to dig. And in rocky, sandy bottoms like this, that could be 200 feet, which is just not acceptable. So we're going to change the Bruce over to the main anchor.
even though it's 30 pounds lighter, simply because the bottom here is just no good for a CQR. I know that's a contentious subject. Anchoring is borderline religious talk in the yachting world, but yeah, for us, I can't argue with the evidence. Like we've had this every single time we've put down an anchor in a in a Caribbean anchorage this far south, and it is just coral, rock and sand, and there's just not enough purchase for a CQR. So the Bruce has just become the main anchor. It's been promoted. Don't know if it gets a name yet.
Oh. But his name is Bruce.
Corporal Bruce. Corporal Bruce. And Sergeant CQR has been demoted.
Oh, Sergeant.
So now it's Corporal CQR on light duties and Corporal Bruce. And possibly Sergeant Bruce if he keeps going.
On another note, we are going to head into town. Hopefully when Adam is satisfied with the anchors, we're going to head into town. What was wrong?
Sunscreen.
Ah, okay. Okay, so yeah, when Adam is finally happy with the anchors, we will head into town and just go and check out 2 of the marine stores that they have here. Ooh, so much competition there, which would be good. And we will also suss out a laundrette because we actually haven't. I've done like 2 bucket loads of washes, which is torture. I hate doing bucket washing, and I've saved everything for so long now, ever since USVI. So I'm well and truly overdue for clothes. I am wearing a long skirt, which is so impractical on a boat, and it is the last resort of clothes that I have to go to. I have like 3 pieces left in my cupboard of my drawers, so it's getting pretty desperate for me. So that will be first on my list as a laundrette. Holy moly, it's windy out. Are you filming? Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you liked that, then subscribe and follow us on any of the socials and stuff, all linked below, to see where we are in real time and everything like that. Cheers!